Exploratory.
Exploratory.
I'm proud to announce that I will be forming an exploratory committee with the primary goal of seeking a nomination for the presidency.
Maybe you'd like to make an exploratory offer just to get the ball rolling.
So I send down what's called an exploratory drill.
That's why I need you to sign a release so that I can perform exploratory surgery on him.
Very soon, another Life Foundation rocket will be sent on an exploratory mission.
探究
Explore.
Explore.
Explore with your eyes. Explore your mate.
Hey, can I explore the palace a little bit?
Sierra's going to be signing autographs, so I might just have a bit of a wander around the convention, explore.
I can explore some career options.
Women explore for eternity in the vast garden of sacrifice.
探险
Explore.
Explorer.
But he promised he'd come to my Explorer ceremony to pin on my Assisting the Elderly badge.
He wants to make a big to-do of the Oceanographic Explorer article.
If it's to be an explorer or a scientist, then great. But if not...
If not what?
So somehow you're like the Dora the Explorer, and you're the first person who has found this...
You want to be an explorer.
探险家
Explosion.
Explosion.
Did the explosion kill it?
Her explosion is the reason why she's a Hall of Famer. Her explosion.
I wanted the hot bellas, not this barnyard explosion.
The larger explosion was a result of a smaller one that was deliberately set off at an apartment at number 33 Ayodele Street in the Lekki axis of Lagos.
There's been an unknown explosion in the area.
爆发
Explosive.
Explosive.
From the bomb squad, I want the explosive.
If we factor in the explosives in the vests, we're looking at even more extensive damage way out to this area here.
So explosive, Charlotte couldn't contain herself.
And now Ronda Rousey taking...
That glowy thing is an explosive Shatari energy core.
Then you know it could lead into explosive penis syndrome.
炸药易爆发的
Export.
Export. Coffee, bananas, these are our main export, along with mota.
I'm starting import-export company.
In order to export medicines from this country, he needs to have the proper form.
We are no longer allowed to export interferon to the United States.
Well, you're not personally responsible for destroying all opposition to their export.
输出品输出物资
Expose.
Expose.
But I'm going to strip away this mystery and expose its private parts.
Fairness would be to rip your insides out, hang you from a tree so we can expose you for the heartless, desensitized little shits that you are.
It dares to expose the fact that not only is this a country...
Nick Fury used your friendship to coerce this council into delaying Project Insight. A project he knew would expose his own illegal operations.
Think of this as an expose.
使暴露
Exposure.
Exposure.
I just knew my only chance to see you before you fly away or I died of intimate exposure would be to wake you up in the middle of the night.
If your friend didn't find you an hour later, you would have died of exposure.
It's like invaluable exposure.
Maximum exposure.
Winenbar gets social media exposure during the Hobo Loco Man contest.
暴露
Express.
Express.
All aboard the Nelson Express!
You express that in your real life. Oh, you can, but you risk being shamed.
Ooh, a 25-cent ticket for a ride on the North Pole Express.
Statewide Express.
This is the Polar Express!
快车明确的表达
Expression.
Expression.
Before we introduce the founder and CEO of BASH, please remember to avoid direct eye contact, sudden movements, coughing, or negative facial expressions.
Class number 2. Top 10 Robin Scherbatsky facial expressions and their meaning.
Poems are for free expression, not for good impressions.
I believe the expression is dumb as a box of rocks.
It's an expression.
表达
Expulsion.
Expulsion.
Expulsion from Savior House and a life on the street with no heat and no water and no food.
The school would most likely contact you in the event of my expulsion.
Whoever the guilty persons are, this is your only chance to avoid expulsion from this school.
Yet one of your teachers argued strongly against your expulsion. Now
you just signed your expulsion papers, New Wanda.
逐出
Exquisite. Exquisite.
And you must be the dashing young hunter and the exquisite Jordan.
If you will wait just a moment and gaze upon this exquisite work, I'm sure you will be interested.
So do we, but we're trying to be too exquisite.
These are exquisite.
We're opening our season with my new version of Swan Lake, taking the role of our new Swan Queen, the exquisite Nina Sayers.
精致的
Extend. Extend.
And maybe that would extend to you too.
And then you can fully extend once you feel stable.
Just extend the energy through your fingers.
A pity does not extend so far as to her putting a man's life at stake.
Open all hatches, extend all flaps and drag fins.
扩充
Extendable. Extendable.
Extendable mops. Ooh, gosh. Toxic Avenger, eat your heart out.
This little baby uses 9mm hull points, 25 round extendable mags.
Shaped like an extendable mop.
可延长的
Extension. Extension.
But his wife is under our protection, and by extension, her son.
It's an extension of life, which also...
The truth is I got a text saying that Uniosh has been given a 2-year extension on his contract, which means there'll be 2 of us doing the same job.
Within the bounds of good taste, he must be treated as an extension of myself.
Your extension of that old fool Gruber's work is really quite brilliant.
延长伸缩的
Extensive. Extensive.
After extensive questioning and a thorough background check, the Bureau found no evidence that Mr. Ferry knew Lee Harvey Oswald.
However, the extensive record clearly demonstrates to this court.
So we set up a really rigorous and extensive scientific program, trying to get to the essence of who they were before they started this project.
The menu's not extensive, but she is a master of what she does.
广的
Extent. Extent.
And doesn't compartmentalize herself to the same extent that she does with her other clients.
And what can have fascinated you to such an extent, Miss Dashwood?
She doesn't know to what extent you are the cause of our present trouble.
I must say I am surprised with the extent of this activity, Group Captain. In such a manner and to such an extent as to which no gentleman can willingly suffer.
范围
Exterior. Exterior.
Pulse sensors at all entrances and exterior air vents fitted with steel micro mesh.
Great.
If we alter the exterior from smooth to corrugated, the capsule might have more stability.
Please do not touch exterior windows or airlocks.
The exterior, all along the grounds, the entryway, anyone.
You taught me everything I know about exterior illumination.
外部外部的
External. External.
A consequence of accumulated external stimuli that you probably didn't even register as they registered with you.
And like whatever you're into, external, internal, dildos.
Hello, my would-be ex-son-in-law.
Inertia is the property of matter by which it remains in uniform motion unless acted upon by external force.
Patients suffering delusional episodes often focus their paranoia on an external tormentor.
外部外部的
Externally. Externally.
I'm only taking the stuff externally now.
Imagine all this internal trauma was reflected externally, shattered ankles and wrists.
As perfect as the body is externally.
Not externally, of course.
We can only create anonymity externally if there's transparency internally.
在外部
Extinct. Extinct.
And sometimes animals that went extinct millions of years ago, like dinosaurs, left their blueprints behind for us to find.
But neither one of them can drive. One being fictional, the other one extinct.
It's an extinct condition.
So, when do we get to smoke some of this allegedly extinct weed?
We thought it was extinct, but we found the last one.
熄灭的
Extinction. Extinction.
Upright ape, living in dust with crude language and tools, all set for extinction.
Dinosaurs had their shot, and nature selected them for extinction.
The arrival of the mutated human species, Homo sapiens, was followed by the immediate extinction of their less evolved kin.
Whatever you did here, you not only saved your world, you spared your timeline from extinction.
消失
Extinguish. Extinguish.
Do you suppose that all this immense electrical display is simply called into existence to extinguish you or me?
He is about to extinguish his conflagration in a sea of blood.
Judging by your arsonist toolkit, you're here to burn down the building and extinguish all evidence therein.
You are asking me to extinguish myself.
You better extinguish this magnesium.
熄灭
Extinguisher. Extinguisher.
He's got no fire extinguisher, no safety chute.
It turns out that the extinguisher Barry Kane handed your son was filled with gasoline.
It's the fire extinguisher stuff.
So calm as a coma, picks up the fire extinguisher, walks straight past the jam rolls who are ready for action.
The fire extinguisher stuff got all over the fuse and put it out.
熄灭者
Extol. Extol.
Nor is there need for me to extol Mrs. Crosby's character.
Silver. She did not extol one piece over the...
To extol and to acclaim him who performed all these miraculous deeds for our fathers and for us.
Yes, but I'd rather extol the virtues of Marmite.
You extol the spirit and determination upon which this great republic thrives.
颂扬
Extra. Extra.
Alexis. So, you ladies ready to run this mile and get extra fucking sick?
All I'm saying is if you get the extra responsibilities...
Look, can we just please forget about all this extra stuff and can you just tell me what Leonard does? There's an extra one on the grill.
With extra pork?
额外的事物额外的额外的
Extract. Extract.
Hey, I suppose if we went to the office, I could extract the bullet and stitch her up.
I want planes for air cover and get Blackhawks on station to extract that cube.
That's one of the ways we extract information from a subject.
There is no secret he cannot extract.
Using sophisticated techniques, they extract the preserved blood from the mosquito and, bingo, dino DNA.
榨出物取出
Extracurricular. Extracurricular.
An interest in the extracurricular activities of a certain Ray Lennox.
Darkroom time is extracurricular. I really haven't had that many jobs per se, but here are my academic records and my extracurricular activities.
That Lolita could find perhaps by taking the larger share of the extracurricular school activities.
Too many extracurricular activities, Max.
课外的
Extraordinary. Extraordinary.
And whatever extraordinary creatures await me on these islands.
Extraordinary.
See all that extraordinary masonry work in detail?
Someday, this could be ordinary. Someday, could we be something extraordinary?
We are building a fighting force of extraordinary magnitude.
非常的
Extravagance. Extravagance.
At the cost of nothing, your insane extravagance has...
Be quiet.
Our one little extravagance is a live-in butler and housekeeper.
Such an extravagance, really, from early fall to late spring.
Such extravagance.
You'll probably think it's an extravagance, but it's not, all things considered.
奢侈
Extravagant. Extravagant.
Hardly worth daily scale, let alone the extravagant bonus her father, Crocker Fenway, had insisted on paying when Doc finally brought Japonica back home.
It is an extravagant wage.
The sad caterpillars turn into an extravagant butterfly.
They talk about us being extravagant.
When we moved in, I thought that a wet bar was kind of extravagant, but you'd be surprised how much use you can get out of it.
奢侈的
Extreme. Extreme.
Both teams are playing very well under the extreme pressure for the title.
Cutter Coburn is the most extreme kid in high school.
Look, for my ulcer, I take a half of one of these, and that's when I have extreme pain.
The students are mostly runaways, frightened, alone, some with gifts so extreme that they've become a danger to themselves and those around them.
What is this, Extreme Home Makeover Forensics Edition?
极端，极端的。
Extremely.
Extremely.
Real sauciness that I find extremely.
But they're still extremely comfortable.
Except her place is extremely small.
I'm extremely paranoid about my health.
Yes, this is extremely uncomfortable.
极端的。
Extrovert.
Extrovert.
An extrovert life, if you will. The extrovert.
You should do something very extrovert and vengeful with you.
Well, I think she's an extrovert.
You know, right away, she's an extrovert.
外向性格的人。
Extrusion.
Extrusion.
I know all about aflatoxin, but it can't survive the heat of our extrusion process.
We're trying not to go too nuts up here, but we think there's a good chance that this could be an extrusion from some subsurface geothermal column of water.
Sometimes a tear will form in the tunica albuginea, resulting in extrusion of the testicular contents.
Window panes, aluminum extrusion.
Yeah, extrusion blow molding.
挤出。
Exuberant.
Exuberant.
He's exuberant.
Lord Nelson in an exuberant mood.
They're very exuberant.
To exuberant sportsmen such as yourselves.
You were exuberant.
繁茂的。
I.
Rachel, as far as your father goes, he and I don't always see eye to eye.
And then we had a little,
I mean, LA is a city where everyone dances with one eye on the door.
It's at my eye break for sample sales bookmark.
She could kill you with a wink of her eye.
眼睛，看。
Eyesight.
Eyesight.
But thankfully, Bob's eyesight is perfect.
I only know the woman's eyesight is in question now.
I'm about to lose my eyesight and she can't handle it.
Maybe we can find you something away from the machines where your eyesight wouldn't matter so much.
That's how eyesight works, you stupid raccoon.
视力。
Fabric.
Fabric.
What was really incredible is the trick I learned to get bloodstains out of fabric.
I love this fabric.
Let me feel the fiber of your fabric.
Max, it was that fabric softener ball from the under $1 store.
The fabric, the embroidery, the metalwork.
织物。
Fabricate.
Fabricate.
But who not only has access to the components, but can fabricate something like that?
I mean, that's a hell of a motive for Kelly to fabricate this whole story in the first place.
Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it.
The prosecutor would make a thieves' bargain with a notorious Velma Kelly and then fabricate the very evidence that set her free.
You can fabricate organic lines.
制造。
Fabrication.
Fabrication.
Everything that they've told us is a complete fabrication.
Patent their fabrication from beginning to end.
Then by some osmosis, he is able to convince the other half that the fabrication is the truth.
Well, that's a complete fabrication.
Your entire history is an illusion of fabrication, as it is with all of us.
制造。
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
But very fabulous, right?
Have a fabulous time in Westchester.
Hurry up with the very fabulous.
Okay, the fabulous two-story living room, which I predict we will spend absolutely no time in whatsoever.
What a fabulous look, as usual.
传说的。
Facade.
Facade.
And the instant that you even show the slightest crack in that smug facade, I'll be there.
At least there's something behind the facade.
It's all a deceptive facade.
That's the difference between revolution and the candy-coated facade of gradual reform.
There's the facade of normal American life, and behind it is corruption.
Yes.
And violence.
建筑物的正面。
Face.
Face.
Drinking is the only way I can dull the pain of looking at your ugly face.
I think my complete lack of allure already kind of shot that horse in the face.
face, my body.
His mom always said, I don't see how you can marry someone who hates his face.
What a cute little face.
脸，面对，朝。
Facial.
Facial.
Facial tics, nervous fingers, a hand over a mouth, the way a cigarette is smoked.
Hope booked an emergency healing massage and seaweed facial.
The Ready Face console is designed to engage the user's unconscious mental resources by exploiting the brain's sensitivity to facial patterns.
美颜，脸的。
Facilitate.
Facilitate.
I guess I want to help facilitate that and help give them a voice.
I'm here to help facilitate that dialogue.
In order to facilitate the viewing in a timely fashion, it may prove necessary for us to surreptitiously gain access to the facility where the artist currently resides.
It helps if you spread the vulva to facilitate penetration.
So you are here to facilitate this meeting.
使容易。
Facility.
Facility.
Depending on the diagnosis, he may even qualify for a facility.
Facility, where the gnomes were turning mushrooms into uranium.
It's coming from the research facility on the planet Fabon.
Look, Daniel's inside securing the facility.
Well, it is a ballet school, not a childcare facility.
容易。
Facsimile.
Facsimile.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
Only I'm a more reasonable facsimile thereof.
Or a reasonable facsimile.
So this guy from NYU or whatever, who wasn't even a good Victor facsimile.
We're seeking only a reasonable facsimile.
摹本，传真，复制的。
Fact.
Fact.
In fact, from here on, you are going to see a drastic distraction reduction.
In fact, he keeps telling everyone that I inherited it from my aunt.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, in Old French, the word Versailles means something like...
Please tell me you know that for a fact.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you can.
事实。
Faction.
Faction.
Ran a large terrorist faction that had taken out a number of American targets, including at least one of the embassy bombings.
Now 3 leaders of a rival faction have been murdered.
The conservative faction of Border and Western Republicans cannot approve this amendment, about which we harbor grave doubts.
They believe that they should be the governing faction, not us.
What faction?
小派系。